The Arabic Quilt, an Immigrant Story. Written by Aya Khalil. Illustrated by Anait Semirdzhyan. Kanzi, Habibti, you're going to be late for the first day of school, Mama calls. I'm coming, Mama. Kanzi stuffs her notebook into her backpack and quickly but carefully folds her quilt, the special one that Tita made in Egypt. Breakfast is delicious. Egyptian fava beans, homemade French toast, and watermelon with feta cheese and mint. Zachariah has watermelon juice dripping down his chin. He looks happy. I packed your favorite lunch for you, a kofta sandwich, Baba exclaims. Shukran, Baba, Kanzi says. But secretly, she wishes her Baba would pack her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich instead. Her family has just moved to this town, and she doesn't know anyone. She doesn't want to be different. In the car, Mama sings along with the songs on the Arabic radio channel. When they pull up to the school, Kanzi turns down the radio volume. Mama gives her a confused look. Good luck today, Mama says. Baha bek. I love you too, Kanzi responds. In class, Mrs. Hagen asks all the students to share 3 facts about themselves. When it is Kanzi's turn, she says bravely, I am Egyptian American. I love to swim. I love to write poetry. Then she sits, looking down at her desk. At lunchtime, Kanzi is surprised when Mama walks through the door. Habibti, you forgot your lunchbox. Habibti? Like the Hobbit? Isn't your name Kanzi? Molly snickers. Her classmates laugh with her as they walk to the cafeteria. Mrs. Hagen sees tears rolling down Kanzi's cheeks. What's wrong? She asks. Molly made fun of what my mama said, Kanzi replies. Oh, Kanzi, being bilingual is beautiful, says Mrs. Hagen. Don't let anyone make you feel ashamed. You are special. That night, as Mama puts leftover sherbet ads in Kanzi's lunchbox, Kanzi gently pats Mama's back. Can you please pack me a turkey sandwich instead? Before bed, Kanzi writes a poem as she hugs her quilt, which smells like Tita's home. The next day, Molly says, Mrs. Hagen said I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry I laughed at your mom's language. It sounded funny. It may sound funny to you, but that is only because you don't speak Arabic, Kanzi says. She feels a lump forming in her throat. My parents say that learning different languages makes a person smarter and kinder, she blurts out. Okay, whatever, Molly says, skipping away. Mrs. Hagen calls Kanzi to her desk after lunch. I found this notebook on the floor, and it was open to a lovely poem, she says. I was describing my Tita's quilt, Kanzi says. When I visited her in Egypt, she gave it to me. My Tita only speaks Arabic. Mrs. Hagen smiles. That is special. I would love to see your quilt. Can I bring it to school? Kanzi asks. Sure, bring it tomorrow, Miss Hagen says. The next day, Kanzi unfolds her quilt in front of the class. Her heart is pounding. "This is my quilt that my tita in Egypt made," she says. "That's cool! I want to make a quilt like that," Deshawn says. "Maybe we can all make one for our classroom," Claire shouts. Miss Hagen nods and smiles. On Friday, Mrs. Hagen made an announcement. "I have an exciting project for all of us to work on. Kanzi's mom is here to help us make a quilt of all our names in Arabic." As Mama steps forward, Kanzi thinks how beautiful she looks. "Shukram for welcoming me here," Mama says. "Kanzi and I will write down your names in Arabic, and you will copy your name on your own quilt piece." Molly is not enthusiastic about the project. "Who cares about Arabic? We live in America. My mom says we should only speak English." In response, Mrs. Hagen starts writing words on the board. Algebra, coffee, lemon, sugar. "Does anyone know what these words have in common?" she asks. "They come from Arabic words," Kanzi whispers. Mrs. Hagen nods. Learning other languages besides the one we grow up with helps make the world a friendlier place. We can speak non-English languages and still be American. "I wonder what my name looks like in Arabic," Brianna says. Kanzi and Mama write down everyone's names. "Neat! Shukram!" Amina exclaims. Everyone copies their Arabic names onto sheets of colored paper. Then they decorate their papers with glitter and jewels and place them on the table for the glue to dry. On Monday morning, you will see a beautiful class quilt hanging in the hall, Miss Hagen tells them. Kanzi is nervous when the bell rings on Monday morning and the kids file into school. What if the quilt didn't turn out nicely? The quilt hangs on the bulletin board outside Mrs. Hagen's classroom. The colorful papers with their Arabic names have been cut into different shapes and sizes, and all the pieces are stapled together. Kanzi stands in awe, reading names in Arabic. Claire, Leah, Molly, Ivy, Jack, Lucas, Brianna, Chang, Deshawn, Sam, Angela, Lily, Amina. Teachers and older students stop to look at the names, trying to figure out whose name is whose. "Wow, look at those beautiful letters. They're like drawings," they say. "That was a really cool project, Kanzi. Shukram," Kanzi's classmates tell her. "I'm sorry I made fun of you," says Molly. "I didn't realize how important a different language is. Can you write my mom's name in Arabic? I want to give it to her as a gift." "Okay," Kanzi says. "Do you want to go swimming soon?" "I'd love to," Kanzi says, as Molly hugs her. Leaving class a week later, Kanzi stops to look at the Arabic quilt one last time. Right across from it, she is surprised to see another collage of names in a language she doesn't recognize. "Those are my classmates' names in Japanese," Kura says. "Our teacher was inspired by your classroom's idea, and she asked me to help write everyone's name in Japanese. Aren't languages a beautiful thing? They can truly unite us." Kanzi smiles in agreement. In her room that night, Kanzi holds Tita's quilt tightly as she writes a poem for her parents. Shukram, Mama and Baba, for always encouraging me to be proud of speaking a different language and speaking it out loud. Languages can unite us together, like a quilt, so I will always speak my languages without guilt. I will never be ashamed to speak in this language that is so unique. Bahabek, Mama, Bahabek, Baba. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story today. I picked this book in celebration of Ramadan, which is Monday, April 12th to Wednesday, May 12th, 2021. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to hear more stories, check out my past videos. And until next time, have a great rest of your day. Happy Ramadan!